Hi, this video will show you how to configure Thunderbird as your mail program. So when getting started, there's a few things that you'll need to know. One of them is the mail server that your account is on. So we have this link to this tool where you can just type in your domain name and get your mail server. So I'm going to go ahead and just get started by typing in the account that I'll be setting up. So I'm going to enter in my domain name here. And what this will do is it will return my mail server that I need to use when configuring Thunderbird. So I'm going to go ahead and just click search here. And this has returned my mail server. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this to the clipboard. And you can save this to like Notepad or something, but I'm just going to go ahead and just save it to the clipboard. Now it's on the clipboard, and I'm going to go ahead and get Thunderbird set up. So when configuring Thunderbird, there's a few ways to get to the account settings. You'll notice that there's an option here to set up an account. If you have multiple accounts set up on Thunderbird, you may not see this. So another way to get there is to click on the gear on the lower left-hand side, and then click on account settings. And then from here, you'd click on account actions. So we're going to go ahead and just add an account. And I'm going to go ahead and enter in my email address. And one really important thing is making sure that you have the right password, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and enter in my password. Now you would want to click on configure manually. And this is where you select the protocol. We suggest that you use POP3 as the protocol. And I'll get back to this in just a moment here. But for the host name, this is where we would enter in the host name that we saved. And then the port is 110. That's the port that you want to use. Connection security should be set to none. And then authentication type is normal password. And then we, of course, have our username, which is the entire email. And we do want to change the outgoing mail server to the same thing as above. So just go ahead and paste that in. And the outgoing port is 587. That's what you want to use. And connection type is none. Authentication is normal password. And we're now ready to submit this, but I'll just quickly go over these settings here. So the reason that we suggest POP3 is with POP3, email is stored on your local system, and it saves a copy of the email on the server for 30 days. If you were to switch this to IMAP, which you can certainly do, you'll notice that it changed the port. But what that will do is it will save email on the server indefinitely, and this will eventually cause issues because you'll eventually run out of email storage space. We do provide a generous amount of email storage, but over time you will run out if you never delete anything. So we suggest POP3, and then you'll notice that the port switched back. Now we're ready to go ahead and submit this. So you click done, and then there's a warning here, and then you want to just click I understand the risks, continue, and then it's going through the authentication process. You'll notice that the account's been added successfully, and then it's just a matter of clicking finish, and then you can, of course, go to the mailbox, compose, and receive mail from there. Thanks again.